Welcome to the State of Wyoming Subject Matter Minute, where we cover a wide variety of subjects related to State of Wyoming employment. This information is for you and me, the state employee. From hidden benefits to systems and processes, we'll make your job easier by giving you the lowdown, the how-to, and hopefully entertain you a bit along the way. And now, today's Subject Matter Minute.
Hey, welcome to another episode of the Subject Matter Minute. I'm Matt Nagy. Thanks for joining me. Today, we're doing episode number 49. And since we all love round numbers, we're going to make episode 50 something special. It's going to be an unusual episode that hopefully entertains you, and we're going to be giving away prizes. Okay, so this is how the prizes work, or this is how you get entered into the drawing if you're interested. You can enter up to 4 times. First of all, if you were not subscribed to my YouTube channel and you subscribe, you're in for 1 entry. Second way you can do it is go to the comments after episode 50 down below and comment to everyone, tell everyone what your favorite part of episode 50 was, and that's number 2 entry. If you can get somebody who was not subscribed before to subscribe and they comment below your comment and say that they subscribed, you get 3. That person also gets 1 for subscribing, obviously. The fourth way, just email me directly at matthew.nagy@wyo.gov and you'll get your 4th entry to the drawings for the swag. Okay? Now I'm going to go through all that again in episode 50, so don't worry about it. Today's topic is about something I hope you don't have to use very often. Most of us at the state, or a big portion of us at the state, have to use computers at least some of the time and deal with tech in one way or another. Well, we have an entire agency dedicated to fixing problems with that or lining us out with the technology. And of course, that's ETS, or Enterprise Technology Services. Well, today I'm going to talk about their customer portal. If you've had tech problems in the past, you know the 2 ways that we've contacted ETS in the past. That's the email address, which is helpdesk@wyo.gov, and the phone number, which is 777-5000. Well, now there's a 3rd way, and it perhaps is a better way. Now you may be asking, because I did, why not just call or email? Well, there's a little more to the portal. For one, there's a knowledge base, which can possibly answer questions to tech problems before you put them in the system, and also has just information on technology. Okay, so there's that. And also, you can check for outages. Now, they tell me there's going to be a large banner at the top, telling you where and why the outages are. And finally, there's a nice link set on the home page of the portal that has links to important state websites. Now, I know you can find those everywhere, but if your bookmarks are like mine, this might be an easier way. Personally, I think it's better than calling because I don't like to talk on the phone. And I also think it's better than email because if you're putting it directly into the system, it's going in right away and not waiting for ETS to basically put it in the system after they get your email. All right, whether you think it's better or not, I'm going to show you how to get there and how to use it. Okay, so to get to the portal, put this address right here in your computer or your mobile device, works in both. That's service.wyo.gov. Okay. If you're logged into your computer with your Active Directory login, you'll automatically be logged into the portal. If you're accessing the portal through a non-State of Wyoming computer, you'll need to use your Active Directory credentials. Now, your Active Directory credentials are those that you use to log into your computer, not your email. Okay. If you do not have these credentials because you're not a State of Wyoming employee, contact ETS, one of the 2 old ways, and they'll get you lined out. Okay, so to get to the portal, you go to service.wyo.gov, which actually reroutes you to this page. This is the page you'll see. Okay, and then use your credentials to log in. Or if you're already logged in on your computer at the state, you will automatically come to this page. Okay, so this is the support portal. Right away, you can see the most important things right here. Request something, the knowledge base, and get help. Okay, get help is actually an incident. Okay. You can also see the navigation up here at the top where you can see my incidents, my requests, okay, and the knowledge base. And a nice little helpful thing right here I want to mention right away is the tours button. Each important page, which would be Get Help, Knowledge Base, Request Something, and this home page has a tour that you can start. Okay, and that'll take you through and show you how to use the system. So if you don't use this for a long time after you watch this fabulous video, you can always use that to reacquaint yourself. Okay, first of all, let's talk about the difference between requesting something and getting help or logging an incident. Okay, you use the request something when you need something new, a new service or something like that, or if you need a new computer, new software program, or a new printer. Okay, get help is an incident or something that was working before but is no longer working. Okay, something that is broken. You would use the get help link. Now, the knowledge base is a nice place to start because they're adding helpful information in there about common problems or common incidents that perhaps you can fix yourself. Some other things to notice down here: if there's some announcements that ETS finds important, they'll put them down here. Now, I've been told that if there's an outage, it'll more than likely be up in the top area in bright letters, letting you know what's going on. Okay, but lesser announcements will be down here. Here's some top rated articles from the knowledge base, basically the ones that people are looking at the most. And then you can see your open incidences and your open requests over here. And finally, down below all that, they have some handy links for you. Typical or important Wyoming links, your SABA, your PMI, your retirement pension, your payroll, ESS, just a nice place to be able to go to all those from. Okay, so let's go into request something. Okay, so you can see these are the popular items, but you can also see all the things over here. Okay, so when you click on request something, it'll take you to this page, but these are all the requests as well. So you could check out software and applications, and I can get software installation here. Okay, I can request a quote for something. Standard changes are some other things. Firewall patching, don't know what that is. Hot fix application, don't know what that is, but perhaps you do. Okay, and then hardware installation. Again, another request a quote. And then other request is something, if you don't see anything that really fits your situation, you use other request. Okay, there's also the communication and network area. If you need a new desk phone, okay, you need a network port activated or something like that. Okay, so most of these things are in here. Most of the things you typically need are in here. But if not, you can do other request. However, before you do that, you can also search for categories. For instance, let's search for printer here. This brings up the two possible printer results. And this does bring us to a broader point. You can search anywhere. So if you search on the home page, that'll bring up the two things we saw before, as well as the knowledge base articles. Okay. And then if you go into the knowledge base, that'll bring up the knowledge base articles. Okay. So it brings up the appropriate thing for the area that you're in. It's probably better to do a little searching as opposed to just using the other category when you're doing a request or an incident. So do a little searching first. Now, when you come in, I'm going to go back to the home page. When you come in to get help or log an incident, it actually goes to the same area, but it starts off on can we help you? Okay, so create incident. Anything that used to work and is now not working is an incident. Okay, so let's go back. I'm going to say that I'm going to request something, and I'm going to request software installation. Okay, so this is what shows up. Not very many things to fill out, which is nice. Obviously, some things are required. The red dots, they're also showing the required things over here. As you do them, they'll disappear over here. Okay, you can read the instructions here on what to do. So I'm going to say I need Microsoft Office. I've obviously been playing around in here before. I'm going to put in the key for the software, if we've already purchased it or something like that, okay, or the license number. And I'm going to say, yes, I've already purchased it. Now, typically, this will auto-populate when you put in when your name shows up. However, my situation was a little different, so I got to find my agency, which is right here. Okay, install location. Put in that information. Okay, preferred install time of day. I'll be there in the morning. All right. Now, in this situation, you probably don't need to add any attachments, but I'll show you one that I've done before where I did add attachments for a request, and you'll see what that looks like. Okay, so once you fill all that out, you see that all the required things are now gray, and these are gone over here. I'm going to go ahead and click request. Now this pops up. You can add additional information if you want to, or if you need to. You know, special instructions like you'll have to talk to the front office person to get into my office if I'm not there, blah, blah, blah. So make sure that's correct. Now, if you're requesting for somebody else, which you can do, you would have done it here, but then you also need to put their name right here, okay? Because it auto-populates with your name. Okay, so then I'm going to hit request. That submits it, and that brings it into the request. There's a number right here in case you need to let them know what that is if you're discussing it on the phone or by email, okay? And it shows all the things. It shows that it's open just now and where it's at in the process. Okay, so that is doing a request. Now your information is going to be over here, the things you input, and the things that they input are going to be on this side. It's a conversation. It goes back and forth as you go through the process. I mentioned that if you want to add attachments to perhaps show screenshots of the issue or any other attachments that you might need, that they show up in your request or incident. Let's go ahead and go into, let's go into my requests, and let's go to my other request. This is a real one that I made, and you can see here. So my request is something for our online learning area. This is what I typed in, and then I attached 3 different screenshots to show what I'm talking about. So that's how that works out. And then at any time you can type a message here to add more information. Okay, so if something comes up down the road before they've fixed the issue, you can add more information by typing your message in that line and hitting send. Okay, so now I'm going to go back. I'm going to do get help, which is an incident. This is going to be exactly the same, but I'm going to create an incident. It's a little bit less information. Okay, urgency. So, well, this is, kind of urgent. And then you put in as good a detail as you can what the incident is. My computer's restarting randomly. That's not good, correct? Okay, so that's all there is to it here. I'm going to hit submit. My incident is now created, and here's the problem. Okay. Now, when you do this, you will get an email telling you that you filled these things out. As you can see, I got one here for my request. Okay, so you can always click on that to see it. Takes you in there. You can go to my requests, or you can see the open requests down here. I have a software installation. I actually have some other real stuff that I've been doing. This one's not real. Okay, so this is the one. You can look at it that way, or you can go up to my requests, look at the software installation. Actually, that's a different one. This is, I forgot I already had a software installation, a true one, but here's one, the one we just did. Okay, so it shows Microsoft Office, the license information, and all that. And now you can see I also have the email about the incident. Okay, shows exactly what it is. It looks a little different than a request. Take me to the incident. It shows the incident right here. That one actually takes you right to it when it's an incident. But you can also go to My Incidences and click on it there and see it as well. Okay, so after you submit an incident or a request, the first thing you'll notice is that it gets assigned to somebody, okay, right up here. And when it's in progress, the state will be in progress or open, okay? Well, these were pretty easy. So they remoted into my PC, installed the software, and closed the ticket because it was as simple as that. Okay, so that's the Microsoft Office. And then the incident where my computer was randomly restarting, same deal. It was assigned to somebody at ETS. That was the first thing I saw. Okay, and then they said, we ran Windows automatic troubleshooting and problem appears to be fixed. Okay, so that was all automatic. Didn't have to come to my office or anything. Now, if like on the software installation or something an incident that needed somebody in office, they probably would have first commented and said, okay, let's schedule this for next Wednesday at blah, blah, blah. All right. But since they didn't have to, they simply fulfilled the request and closed the ticket. So now you can see it's closed and complete. All right. So I'll go to my email. And of course I have all these emails. This was the software installation. It was done. Okay. And then my computer randomly restarting. I got that one. It's been resolved. And it appears to be fixed. Okay, so it's all resolved. Now, when an ETS tech closes out a request or incident, you will receive an email like I just showed you, and the request or incident will disappear from your list. So now if I go into my incidences, that incident is gone. This is an old one that we're working on still. And then the requested items, same deal. This is a different software installation. It's 5 days ago. The one that I just made today is gone. Now, if you go to your home page, you'll notice that your open incident is still there. My computer is restarting randomly. This will stay in this for 7 days, even though it's closed, and then it'll disappear from here. If you need access to the information in the future, you can always click on the link in the Resolve email that you received to access the details. In the future, you'll be able to close out an incident or request yourself, so keep an eye out for that functionality. But for now, ETS needs to close the incident or request. Okay, folks, that's the ETS Customer Portal. Get in there and use it. All right, remember that the next episode is the big number 50 celebration. Watch it, comment, and you may win some swag. As always, thanks for watching the Subject Matter Minute, and I'll see you next time.
You have been watching the Subject Matter Minute with Matt Nagy. Please help us out by subscribing. And join us next month when we'll cover another topic of interest for all State of Wyoming employees. Again, thank you for joining us on the Subject Matter Minute.